Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. I am so pumped you're here today because we are looking at something absolutely wild. We're tracking the unbelievable journey of a modern digital myth. Seriously, we're talking about a phenomenon that started out as literally just a single creepy image on an anonymous message board, and somehow it's exploded into a massive prestige Hollywood feature film releasing later this month. So get ready, because today we are unraveling the deeply unsettling labyrinth of the backrooms. Okay, I want you to imagine something with me for a second. Picture yourself walking down the street, feeling totally normal. But then you take a wrong step, and instead of just tripping, you fall entirely out of the bounds of the real world. Boom, gone. That's exactly the terror established by this legendary 2019 quote from 4chan. The original poster basically warned that one wrong move drops you into a place with nothing but the stink of old moist carpet, the madness of mono-yellow wallpaper, and the endless maddening humbuzz of fluorescent lights. Oh, and God save you if you hear something wandering nearby, because it sure has heard you. It is just the ultimate, eerie, liminal mood. Now, if you've spent any time online, you've probably heard a lot of conflicting things about this place. But don't worry, we're going to untangle all of it. Our agenda for today: first, what are the backrooms? Then, the two backrooms canons. Next, inside Kane's universe. And finally, the upcoming A24 movie. Number 1, what are the backrooms? Let's dive right into the foundational concepts. To really wrap your head around the backrooms, you've got to understand the concept of no clipping. You know, if you're a gamer, you probably already know this as a cheat code that lets your character walk straight through solid walls, just dropping right into the empty, unprogrammed void outside the game map. Well, the backrooms mythos takes that digital glitch and applies it terrifyingly to real life. It asks a deeply unsettling question. What happens if ordinary people glitch out of everyday life and literally fall through the floor of reality? And where do they land? Well, according to that original post, it's a pure sensory nightmare. Roughly 600 million square miles of randomly segmented, completely empty rooms. I mean, just think about the psychological dread of that. It's not your typical haunted house with monsters jumping out of closets. It's the creeping, slow-burn dread of total, crushing isolation. Imagine the sustained discomfort of flickering, buzzing lights, the thick, cloying smell of damp carpet. It's a space that feels like it should have people in it, but fundamentally just doesn't. Section 2. The two backrooms canons. Because as this thing blew up, the lore completely fractured. So what's really fascinating here is the stark contrast between the two dominant interpretations that emerged. It's like a giant fork in the road. On one side, we have the wiki canon, and on the other, the Kane Pixels canon. They both start from that exact same creepy yellow room, but they build entirely different and literally mutually exclusive universes from it. Neither is technically wrong, but knowing the difference is absolutely crucial to understanding where the upcoming movie is actually going. Let's look at the wiki canon first. This is a massive, collaborative, community-driven project across sites like Fandom and Wikidot. Over here, the backrooms operate almost like a really complex video game. There are hundreds, honestly thousands, of distinct numbered levels. Like there's a pool level, an infinite suburban neighborhood level, you name it. There are strict survival rules, items that magically heal you like almond water, and a literal ticking clock on your sanity. There are human factions that have colonized the space, and countless named monsters like smilers and partygoers. It's incredibly detailed and heavily gamified. Moving to Section 3. Inside Kane's universe. Because, spoiler alert, that wiki stuff is not what we're getting in theaters. For the movie, we have to pivot to the lore created by a YouTuber known as Kane Pixels, real name Kane Parsons. And his series was so impactful that academic journals actually started analyzing it. Yeah, real researchers pointed out that Kane's vision taps deeply into Freudian dream logic. The dread comes from the audio-visual design, the analog VHS-style tape glitches, the fragmented architecture that mimics repressed memories. It's not about quick jump scares. It's about deep psychological endurance. So the crucial takeaway here is that Kane's universe completely strips away the gamified elements of the wiki. There are no magical healing items like almond water. Instead of an internet community of survivors, the space, which Keynes simply calls the complex, was discovered in the late 1980s by a shadowy bureaucratic organization called the Async Research Institute. It's pure, grounded realism. It's analog horror. And there aren't hundreds of quirky monsters running around. There's really just one, deeply unsettling, vaguely understood threat known as the bacteria. I really want to emphasize this point directly because it is so vital for setting your expectations for the film. Kane's backrooms do not have levels. period. It is a single, massive, interconnected maze that subtly shifts between different architectural biomes. Like, you might wander from empty offices into strange pool rooms, but you just walk from one to the other. There is no level 1 or level 37. It's just one fluid, inescapable nightmare. Section 4, the upcoming A24 movie. This is the climax of the explainer, guys. How does a 4chan post become a Hollywood blockbuster? Well, this number brilliantly illustrates the sheer, mind-blowing scale of what we are witnessing. 20. That is how old Kane Parsons is. He created his viral YouTube short at just 16 years old, and now, at 20, he is officially A24's youngest ever feature film director. I mean, no way, right? The timeline from meme to movie is practically unprecedented. Look at this. In 2019, an anonymous person posts a creepy yellow room on a message board. Fast forward to January 2022, a teenager uploads a brilliant found footage short to YouTube that gets nearly 200 million views. By 2023, heavyweights like James Wan, the absolute legend behind The Conjuring, and Sean Levy of Stranger Things team up with A24 to hand this teenager the keys to a major motion picture. And now a full theatrical release is locked in for 2026. And they definitely didn't skimp on the talent either. The cast is absolutely stacked with A-list prestige actors. We're talking Academy Award nominee Chiwetel Ejiofor playing Clark, a furniture store owner. We've got Cannes Best Actress winner Renate Reinsve playing Dr. Mary Klein, a psychologist, plus incredible supporting talent like Mark Duplass. So yeah, this isn't just some low-budget internet cash grab. This is a serious, character-driven film with an immense amount of gravitas. So what are these incredible actors actually doing? According to the premise, Ejiofor's character, Clark, opens a door in the basement of his furniture showroom and steps into an infinite, carpeted maze that threatens to completely consume him. Dr. Klein then has to investigate to find her missing patient. And to bring this horrifying space to life, A24 didn't just slap up some green screens, they actually built a massive 30,000 square foot physical set. They literally built the backrooms in real life. So what is the ultimate takeaway for you as you get ready to buy your ticket? Listen closely. If you walk into that theater expecting to see characters drinking almond water, fighting smilers, and trying to beat endless numbered levels, you are going to be very confused. The movie relies strictly on Kane Parsons' vision. Expect an eerie, grounded analog horror thriller about real people grappling with an impossible, shifting space. It's that quiet, devastating dread of the original concept, just amplified for the big screen. Which leaves us with this final, truly fascinating question. The Backrooms represents a massive cultural shift. We are watching internet-born, grassroots storytelling, stuff developed by anonymous posters and teenage prodigies, step up to completely dominate traditional cinema. If a 20-year-old YouTuber can direct a massive A24 film based on a creepypasta, the entire talent pipeline of Hollywood is shifting. What other digital nightmares are waiting to no-clip into our local theaters? Honestly, think about that next time you find yourself alone in an empty office corridor. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. I really hope you found it as fascinating as I did.